David Griffin made some statements about LeBron, how his tenure in Cleveland was not as fun. He would rather not win as much and not get paid. He said if they were to re-sign him in the same situation, even after the championship, no amount of money would make him go back to that situation. People are coming down on Griffin, like saying you should have kept your mouth closed. LeBron, he goes into LeBron mode. He gives you those cryptic tweets. Look, everybody has a right to their opinion on a situation. And I want to say this. The comments were not really 100% based on LeBron James. It was based on the tenure of trying to create a championship team around LeBron James with the win now mentality. When LeBron came back, guys, he was signing 1-year deals. There was no commitment that he made to the team really, and everything was cryptic, just like his tweets. So hey, you give me this guy, I might stay. He never could give them a clear, concise answer. So how would you feel if you're making all these moves, you're mortgaging your future? Because remember, they got rid of Wiggins and stuff like that, but you're mortgaging your future to keep a guy that you don't even know who's really committed. That's what's not fun about that whole tenure there. On the floor and going to the finals, that's great. But no amount of money is going to give you peace of mind to know that you make one small mistake, everything goes in the drain. People saying like, oh, he doesn't like making money. He doesn't like this. It's all good. Like, you know what I can contribute it to, like, everybody likes making money. You know who else likes making money? Drug dealers like making money. They love making their money. They love making $1,000. Some, Big Meech. Some guys that made millions. Keefe D. These guys made millions. Freeway Ricky Ross. All these guys made millions. Guys in the mob made millions. But you know what's really hurts? You done made millions, and the feds come and they seize everything, or the law enforcement comes and they pack everything. They freeze a bank account, or the IRS. Al Capone is another guy. Al Capone didn't go down for none of all of his crimes or nothing like that. Only thing he went to jail for, essentially, which really what landed him in jail, was tax evasion, not paying his taxes. So everybody could like making money, this, that, and the third. That's a huge factor. You get success, but if your success is short lived, and you don't have longevity, and it's only going to be for a short spurt of time, and then you got to give essentially everything back, what's the point? You lived, and some people say, well, I'd rather live, enormous for like a brief period of time, and then I'm gone, or whatever the case is. But 9 times out of 10, that's not the case, because let's just say Dave Griffin, they make a lot of money in Cleveland, and LeBron bounces. Now your organization is back to the caveman ages, and that's not fun. Not knowing what LeBron is doing, not knowing if the moves that you're making are important, and then getting undermined. You gotta remember this: Ty Lue becomes the coach, but you do remember who was the coach before who they hired, David Blatt. Another thing, Kyrie, when he was there, he was signing the extension with Cleveland under the assumption that he was going to be the main guy. When LeBron came, that put a monkey wrench into everything. So I don't think Griffin is really trying to say it sucks to GM LeBron. It just sucks to GM a situation where you don't have any certainty about what you're doing and how you're doing it. See what I'm saying? You're not getting the proper feedback because you don't know if LeBron is planning his exodus. You don't know if the moves that you're making. You're bringing in his guys. His guys like to meddle, from what I've seen. From Rich Paul, and when I say meddle, they like to, they do their thing. They're actively participating. So a GM that normally is used to having autonomy in his job, he's getting looked over his shoulder, but somebody who might not even be qualified to look over his shoulder about some things. So he was just talking about his entire tenure. I think people really took it out of context. We all know Dan Gilbert is like one of the worst owners. And you know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron and Dan had to tolerate each other in one sense or another. But to people that are like really going in on Griffin about this, like, you you all saw it. Like it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun for the players. Like when Wade got traded, like that, stuff like that. When that stuff happened, it was just like, all right, like you already saw what kind of deal that was going on there. Like there's no, it wasn't a secret. That's what I'm basically trying to say. It's not a secret that it's not fun it's in Cleveland. To GM in Cleveland. I think in LA, LeBron learned from what happened in Cleveland. He kind of fell back a whole heck of a lot. Like, I'm gonna let the guys do their job. There's not gonna be any semblance of me having my hand in things. They're not gonna hear about people running things by me or nothing like that. I think LeBron has done a tremendous job there. But in Cleveland, it was like a free for all. It was like the inmates are running the asylum. It was Con Air. Cleveland, David Griffin's tenure, this will make all the sense. David Griffin, let's just say he's the police officer in Con Air, or the detectives, trying to move all the inmates or whatever the case is. That was David Griffin in Con Air, and the inmates were running the asylum. They were running roughshod. They were going crazy. David Griffin was essentially like Nicolas Cage in Con Air. Really, if you think about it, he was trying to navigate things so it could go smooth and everybody could land, everybody could go home. And that is not fun. To have a job like that, I think most GMs will take a position where they don't mind if their team is losing as long as they see a potential build. As opposed to, you got to think about it. When David Griffin was and LeBron's tenure in Cleveland, everything going on there, David Griffin is going to work every day not knowing if he's going to be fired. He's going to work every day not knowing if LeBron's going to leave. He's going to work every day not understanding the severity of his moves, how he handles situations. See, that's the thing people got to understand. It's like you gain a major superstar, but everything is in doubt. I don't know if you guys ever played basketball video games, NBA 2K or NBA Live, when you're the GM, and then they're like, this player is loyal. And you're looking at the profiles. This player is loyal. This player he's going to sign. And David Griffin was playing his tenure on 2K, everything would say uncertain. This player is disgruntled. This player is not loyal. See, and it's something like that. You can't really build a team. You can't really build a lasting legacy. The way that Cleveland was set up when LeBron came back, they were supposed to be set up for like the next 5 to 8 years, having LeBron, Kyrie there, Kevin Love essentially might have got moved, but they were supposed to be like a staple in the East, like how the Knicks were in the 90s, how the Celtics were when they got Paul Pierce. They were supposed to be a staple for a long time. And what you saw it was like a wham-bam situation. And that's not something that I think anybody wants. You don't want to be successful for a really short period of time. You want to be successful for a long time. You want to have longevity. You want to be like the Pats. You know what I'm saying? You want to be like the 90s Bulls. You want to be like most recently, like the Warriors, always consistently hitting, always in the playoffs, always trying to get to the finals, always a contender. With Cleveland and the tenure there, from year to year, you didn't know what you were going to get. And I think that's what he's talking about. I don't think he's really going at LeBron. I think he owes much of his success to LeBron. But he's just talking about from the owner to not knowing, uncertainty with LeBron, to uncertainty with his own position, uncertainty with trying to create a team that doesn't fit. It was a nightmare. It was just like that drug dealer flipping his packs, and the D's are around the corner getting ready to rush him. That's what he felt like every day. It's not fun. Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe.